Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake. Kimberly F. Brown, she'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown, 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 on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn brown, brown, brown. She gets the folks in every way. Her light shines bright like midday. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll call you out and show the proof. She'll clean the streets, she'll get them right. She works all day, she works all night. She loves or hates based on your deeds. Don't cross her path, don't plant your weeds. Brown, 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 on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. Brown, brown, on Cleveland, she'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn brown, brown. Shake your pom-poms. Shake, shake, shake your pom-poms.
Woo! Oh man, why are you so high?
I don't know, because I'm down to the floor today, Miss Kim.
You're like Harriet Tubman. I got my high boots on. Anyway, welcome to the Little Hut podcast. And of course, you got yours truly, Kimberly Brown on Cleveland. And of course, I'm hanging out today with Lady Sharon. Lady Sharon is hanging out every fourth Friday of the month. Hey.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the Little Hut podcast, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to get a little hot up in here. Hot up in here. But listen, I got to do this first because I got to take care of my people, right? Campaign time. T-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, mugs, campaign uniforms. She has them. They got to call Angie Marie. She's locally, right? Cost effective. You can't go wrong as long as you deal with Angie Marie. She could turn your stuff around just like that. Call her, right? At 216-395-7335. Then, listen, do you want some great soul food? You got to go to Flavor Southern Cuisine Restaurant, which is located 12540 Rockside Road, Garfield Heights. Now, you can get the best soul food on the planet. Call Rhonda at 216-510-0919. And guess what, lady? If you got a daycare, right? And if you're looking for somebody to feed your little people, like breakfast, lunch, and healthy snacks, hey, Rhonda Stubbs got that too, okay? 216-510-0919. Then we got to go to 16941 Broadway Avenue over in Maple Heights to Viva Mexican Grill and Neighborhood Cafe for the best wings and walk-in tacos in their city. Stop by, listen, grab some great finger food, get a drink that'll put you in a cozy mood. Woo, woo.
Mm.
That's That's Viva. Well, I don't drink, so it really doesn't matter. But at any rate, I want to thank our sponsors. Yeah. So shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms. Darn it, shake your pom poms today. And today we got a pretty interesting lineup because Fridays is all about what's going on in the community. But before we talk about that, let me be a little minor messy. Um, I was, yeah. Listen, y'all. I was checking the board of elections, right? Minding somebody else's business because it's not Kimberly Brown's business. And girl, guess what I saw?
What you see? What you see, Kim Brown? What you see?
I I noticed that some people can't even make the ballot, and all they have to do is get 50 signatures, just damn 50. And then I saw somebody in a city who's running for a precinct person, those central committee people. Don't you
Hmm.
need what, 5 or 10 signatures? How you not Jeffrey Brown? That's why they don't like you.
That's why they don't like you because you always minding somebody's business.
Well, damn it, they mind mine, and I am going to mind theirs. Brown on Cleveland. Don't care what
Absolutely.
anybody says. And I don't know why you're trying to, speak all soft today and all cute.
I'm not
Because
being cute.
okay, well, you're gonna have to speak up. Don't be scared.
You know that that other person could come out, right?
Okay. Like
You know
little
what I'm saying? Like Lil Kimmy, so you don't want the other one to come out. But I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Microphone
I
check.
can hear
Yes,
you. You're looking a
microphone
little
check.
cute
Yeah.
today too. I don't know why you're trying to look
Yeah.
cute on the podcast.
I figured I would sport these, since little advertisement had these on. I figured I'd sport these today.
So listen, being serious.
Yes, ma'am.
Your first debut inside the hut was last month, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I put together some clips. My editor did. And on several of your clips, you got like 1.4K views. I just thought that was like so cool. And that's only because you were talking about that lady who's running for governor. You remember
Yes.
that? And you
Yes. Mm-hmm.
know this past week. Did you know that?
You said I did what?
Did you know that she was in town? The lady who's running for governor.
Yes, yes, yes. I saw that. I
Yeah,
saw
you saw a
that.
lot. You saw a lot of them women on social media
Mm-hmm,
shaking their
mm-hmm,
pom
mm-hmm.
poms for her.
We didn't get an invite, huh? We didn't get an
Did,
invite.
did you see that?
I saw that.
You saw that? Here's the thing. I'm gonna be a little hater right now.
Okay, we can hate.
Those women, I don't care if they get mad on that list. They ain't gonna bust a damn grape.
Okay.
They're not. They ain't gonna go out here and walk. They not gonna talk. They not gonna hit doors. All they want to do is just show up and be seen. That's the reason why the Dems can't win half the time. Because
Photo
everybody want to
op.
be seen and don't nobody want to do the work.
Photo op.
Photo op. I call it photo crop. All right, Brown on Cleveland. Let's get down to the get down tonight. Listen, the first story, let's go to Florida, right? Now, for the last past couple of months, I've been on this traffic thing. Well, lo and
Yeah.
behold, guess who recently got a ticket?
Who got a ticket this time?
Olympic track star Shakari Richardson, 25 years old, has allegedly been caught speeding. Yep. But this time it was in a vehicle. Now we know she's the fastest woman in the world, right? But she ain't that damn fast. Nope. Because this dum dum, show did say it, don't care. She was caught driving 104 miles per hour on State Road 429 near Stony Brook Parkway in Orange County in Florida. Now, here you are going 104 miles per hour. She could have crashed. She could have
Hmm?
killed herself.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand. And please shed some light on this. Why is it that people do not, wait, some people do not respect and obey traffic laws? Brown on Cleveland.
I think with some people, they may have a death wish. Um, I personally, because I used to work in an industry that used to handle a lot of accidents, I personally, especially on the freeway, I don't speed. I don't like speeders.
Hmm.
I'm the grandma in the slow lane driving the speed limit because I just feel like there is it's no need for speed. And in her case, you run fast, so you don't need to get behind the wheel of a car and decide whether or not you want to try and drive as fast as you run. Where was you going? Were you running from somebody? Like, make it make sense. And yeah, I don't agree with the speeding, driving over the speed limit on the freeway, on the regular streets. I don't agree with that at all.
Absolutely
Go.
bonkers. And I'm like you. I'm that person that people like get behind and then they go around and then they give me that look and I look at them right back. And then we end up at the same stop sign, same stoplight, and then they don't want to look at you.
Yes.
And I'm like, where are you going? We're racing to the speed light,
To the
to the
next
stoplight,
light.
right? So you rather put somebody's life in jeopardy than take your time. And then
You know,
I'm gonna be a bigger hater because then we got some dumb ass, shitty ass lawmakers, legislators who think that people don't have to abide by simple traffic laws because they don't abide by them. So again, but you quick to take an oath of office talking about you are going to, respect city charter and city ordinances, but yet and still you say traffic laws are not important. Brown on Cleveland. You want to say something about that? If not, we can move on. Don't care.
you
Don't care.
you can't respect the basic traffic law. So how are you going? How can I trust that you're going to do the right thing in any other situation if you can't just do the very basic in with the traffic law? Like how do I expect you to do anything else?
They're not. They
Uh,
lie and they
yeah,
cry. Brown on Cleveland. That's what they do.
I like pants on fire.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. All right. Hot topic.
Yes.
This situation this past week, earlier
Hmm.
this week, the snowstorm and all of these schools that closed, and even Garfield Heights schools, city schools were closed today. Your take. Are we living in a dummy down, make excuse society when it comes to our children? Brown on Cleveland.
So yes and no. When it comes to bad weather, if I, as a parent, and this is just the way I ran my household.
Hmm.
If I, as a parent, wasn't able to get my kids to school safely and ensure that they were going to get back home safely, I always had to make that executive decision. Like, if it's too cold, it's too cold. Um, However, if you, I think today in today's society, we see it all the time. Kids are not properly dressed. Parents are still laying in the bed and the kids is going off to school. They need to be in school. I agree. I agree. They need to be in school. And so the other thing is, I feel like with these administration, the different school administrations, y'all have to be on the same page. You can't wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and decide you don't want to show up for school, and so you're gonna close the schools, and then everybody's scrambling trying to figure out what to do with those babies because they got a snow day or a day off. And I think that that's what happens a lot of times more so than it actually being the weather. It's the administrators that don't want to show up, not the babies.
And
That's just my take.
I think you're absolutely wrong. I think you're absolutely wrong because, because again, God controls the weather. So if somebody
Mhm.
wakes up, say at 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe when they went to bed, it wasn't as bad. So now at 5:30, 6 o'clock, they got to make an executive decision. And they make those decisions based upon what the news media happens to be telling them at that particular time. And a lot of times,
Mhm.
Sharon, the media gets it wrong. the meteorologists, most of them, they're like politicians. They actually should be fired. I mean, how many times have they told us that it's going to be a snowstorm or it's going to be a thunderstorm, and then we cancel all of our plans, and then we sit at home looking out the window talking about, man, we could have gone to Cedar Point. They get it wrong. But I think that, I think the issue is, and I have to go back, because I'm almost 100 years old. And I know my mother, she put plastic in our boots. She put
Absolutely.
plastics, on our hands before we put our mittens on, right? She made sure, we could even see our face. One thing we could see was our eyes, right? And she made sure that we were so warm because we had to walk to school from Soika
Mhm.
all the way to Audubon, from Chapel Side to Hamilton, right? Harvey Rice, we had to do all those things. So now you
Mhm.
got these too sensitive young people.
Oh
Either
yeah.
or it's too cold. But at the end of the day, what about the brain? Because here's what's going to happen. When your son or your daughter can't go to the next grade, then it becomes a whole different narrative. How come my son and my daughter can't graduate? It's not my fault it was cold outside and y'all kept closing the schools, right? But you were the main person advocating that the schools are closed because it's too cold. Shit, go to school. Half of them cut anyway, probably. Not even
So
in school.
Kim,
All right.
we survived the winter in 1978. Absolutely,
Yeah,
right?
we did. Yes.
We survived that.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say is, I was reading somewhere where they have to have it set up where they have to have so many hours of instruction time.
Right.
Okay, so guess what? Do you remember years when you had to spend the first couple weeks of the summer in school because you
I
were
did.
out because of snow days or whatever? So hey, you either get it on the front end or the back end, but it needs to happen, right?
Absolutely.
So
So I look at it like this. If young people have to spend half of their summer vacation in school, be that as it may, and parents should not be causing a ruckus talking about, well, they going on vacation. You a darn lie. You ain't going they're not going on vacation. They want a babysitter during that time because they want to go out. So you can't have it both ways. God spoke. He set all of us down. And I truly believe that. And I believe that he set people down because he's tired of all this wickedness. And the reason why I'm serious, I can back this up because for the last couple of days, I haven't heard about all these killings and all these shootings and all these carjackings. You know why? Because it's too darn cold outside.
it's
Too
always too
cold,
cold.
right?
It's too
So
cold, yes.
when it gets warm again, these folks will be out there being willy nilly and they're going to do what they want to do. So listen, my thing is this: let them go to school and allow them to get an education and stop making excuses talking about it's too cold. It's not too cold. Shoot, it ain't too cold. Wrap them up. And the other thing you brought on about where, listen, I'm gonna say this. I don't care who get mad. Sometimes you can't get this done. See this?
No,
My
for
hair's
sure.
my hair's relatively long, but I wear this because my hair's thin. I'll be looking like a crazy woman. But even if it wasn't relatively long, sometimes you just can't get your hair taken care of. You got to take that same $200 or $300 and put it on the back of your children because you had them and you had a choice. And it's your job. It's not the school's job to make sure they have the necessary clothing. That's your job as a parent. Parents
Absolutely.
parents. So quit making excuses. And I would invite any teacher, administrator on here, advocate, activist, whatever the case may be. Your kid deserves to go to school. Brown on Cleveland. That's my take. Got anything else?
I agree
Okay.
100% with that. They need to be in school.
Shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms, damn it, shake your pom poms. Now, this here is crazy. Did y'all see that
Yeah.
video about that lady who don't know how to put on her makeup, eyebrows? She looked crazy. They say I'm crazy, but damn it, she looked crazy. She said that
Look crazy.
unknown lady, but now she's known across the country. Her name is Jen. Her whole story went viral. She said on a recent podcast that y'all, black women, she ain't talking about me, She said, black women are lazy. The only thing she didn't say was that black women are trifling, but she said pretty much she did say it. But she said black women are lazy. So Kimberly Brown, I had to Google some stuff. So I'm looking at this, and they said the idea that black women are lazy is a harmful, racist, and sexist stereotype with deep historical roots, rather than a reflection of reality. Evidence shows this stereotype is a lie, a lie, a lie, a lie, designed to justify racial disparities and blame victims of economic inequality, ignoring that black people have historically been overworked, underpaid, and exploited. So true, because who in the hell you think was picking that cotton? It wasn't no lazy black woman. And remember, they were getting mad at the black women because they tried to work them like Montana mules. Hell, you done worked them all day like farm animals, and you still
Mm-hmm.
wanted them to work more. So she don't even know her history. But then it says this. It says, in summary, the notion that black women are lazy is a racist, mean-spirited myth used to dehumanize rather than a true description of a group of people. I am totally offended. Your thoughts, because I want to show people this video if they haven't seen it.
I'm offended also. But as I listened to the entire podcast, she had a whole lot of other deep rooted issues, and she just an angry black woman. And um, the fact that she mentioned what her lifestyle was, she talked about a lot about her
Yeah,
lifestyle, and the fact that she had so many run-ins with the authorities. You couldn't even get a job at the very same people that you were talking about. So you got a whole lot more deep rooted issues, and I think a lot of that video was to promote her business, to if as clickbait for people to watch to see what she was saying, and then to promote what her business is. But yeah, she made my head hurt just listening to
I know.
her, watching her, looking at her. Like there were so many things about that conversation that just really turned me off, and I was like, yeah,
It's not
she's
crazy.
like she's like that. They say opinions are like booty holes. Everybody got one. Like, yeah,
Well, you
her.
know what? I did record like the first 10 seconds of this clip. So just in
Okay.
case you guys have not seen it, this is the lady who literally said that black women are lazy. So give me a second. Let me pull up this video. Brown on Cleveland. Absolutely bonkers, ridiculous. But here she is. Let's see if this comes up. Her name
A
is
lot of
Jen, y'all. Her name is
black
Jen.
women are lazy. Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? About a black woman.
Just-
A lot of black women are lazy. Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? About a black women are lazy.
That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my entire life. And the thing about it, you know, her facial expression, and I don't know what type of black women she's been around, but being 100% serious, all of my associates who are black women, my friends who I consider, black women who I consider my friends, my sisters, everybody is like totally on their grind. These women are remarkable women that I have the highest respect for, because if not, they would not be in my inner circle. Now, keep in mind, I do know some lazy black women. I really do.
Hmm.
But the
Hmm.
majority are spot on. Because I'm going to tell you like this, I'm getting ready to be a hater right now. I worked on a lot of campaigns,
Hmm.
a lot of campaigns. And my record for campaigns, I'm 21 and 0. Meaning
Shake
that I
my
won
pom
21
pom.
races, shake my pom poms, damn it, shake my pom poms. And I've helped some lazy ass people
Hmm.
who did
Hmm.
not campaign, who did nothing. When I was out there at 7 o'clock in the morning, they asses was at home sleep, shitting and farting and telling lies, right? And then on,
Yes.
the day of their ceremonial, these fools will get up there and take a microphone and talk about the hard work. What hard work? Because I know you're lazy. You ain't win. You ain't do nothing. Nothing. So I know that some women are lazy, but I don't know if she should say black women. She shouldn't even say black men. She didn't say black men. But some people are lazy.
You do
But
have some lazy people.
the mere fact, the way she said it and how she said it and when she said it and why she said it, I just felt that that was so freaking inappropriate. But then too, I'm looking at her and I'm not gonna say that she looks like she don't play with a full deck, but yeah, that bottle is half empty.
Hmm.
Really is. It really is Brown on Cleveland. And she talked about CNAs, and I have an issue with that because I used to be the HR recruiter for a healthcare organization,
Hmm.
and I hired a lot of CNAs and STNAs, and we paid them $30, $35 an hour, and sometimes they would work like 12-hour shifts, and these young ladies were bringing home like $70,000 a year. So I don't understand how people can crap on CNAs and STNAs, and they do it because they're ignorant to their career. They are essential workers, and yes, they do, clean up people all day long, but somebody got to do it. And when we get older, you better pray somebody clean you up and change your diaper, your pamper. You better pray because if not, you're going to be walking around here being stank. So I have an issue with her putting down somebody else's job. And I don't even know what she does for a living because I couldn't listen like you. I simply refuse. Brown on Cleveland.
Yeah, so I have to get the context before I discuss something. And like I said, she was promoting her business, and I have to give it to the young man that she was on the podcast with because I could tell it took a lot of restraint for him to probably not say all of the things that was going on in his head as she was talking, and it was you could just tell by the way that he was looking, but. As my mother used to say, just keep living. And I'm with you. As you know, you get older, you better pray that you have a CNA or STNA that
That's
will be
correct.
willing to take care of you. Because right, we know how we come, but we don't know how we're gonna leave and whose hands we're gonna be left in. So you better
Brown on
hope.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Great message. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, here's a story. Let's go to the city of Akron. See, you guys, I told you, we go all over the country. I don't care where we land. If a story is worth talking about, darn it, Brown on Cleveland, we are going to talk about that story.
Mhm.
Akron Beacon Journal. This is not coming from Kimberly Brown. This story is pretty darn hot. Now, they're reporting that the United States Post Office, they got a lot of nerves. I thought mail carriers had to deliver the mail unless the walk wasn't shoveled or if there was like a dog outside, right? They felt, because they run from dogs, snow is dangerous. I get it. But in Akron, they're saying that mail delivery has stopped due to cockroaches. Due to roaches, right? They're saying that tenants at Spring Hill Apartments said they're victims of a cockroach infestation so severe that is disrupting their mail delivery and their lives while an out of state landlord does little to address the problem. We got a lot of that going on here, but I ain't gonna say we got cockroaches though. Now, the vice president of this apartment building, his name is Blake Hunter. He said it's unfair to say the building is infested with cockroaches. I just want to know this. How them cockroaches bothering the mail lady, Brown on Cleveland? How's that her business?
How does she even know?
Her job.
That's the infestation.
How would she know?
Did you see it?
Uh, I didn't see the infestation. No, ma'am.
Did you see the photos?
I did.
So
Let
as
us
a
think.
as a former
Mhm.
apartment dweller, it takes a lot
Okay.
for the roaches to be in the mailbox. that if the roaches have made their way to the mailbox,
Okay.
shut the building down. Shut it down.
No, 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 no. See, here's a problem. But see, that's not necessarily true because what if somebody had a delivery that was that had food in it, right? And maybe like doing the transport, maybe the roach caught on like to the cheesecake, and then she was pregnant, and she just, because they say roaches have about 1,000 babies. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, per pregnancy. So, there could have been something like that. And maybe the roach was pregnant and the roach just had her seed, dropped her seed, and that's how the roaches got to the mailbox. But I don't know if it's fair for the post office to stop delivering mail. Brown on Cleveland, I'm just saying.
So
But
what did I
Akron,
so what do they do when you go to deliver mail to a location that have loose dogs? Let's
they
use that.
stop. They stop. They do a report, and sometimes it end up on the news. But this is like the first story ever
That's a crazy
regarding
story.
Yeah, regarding cockroaches stopping the mail delivery because the reality is basically going to be like this. They're not going to come back in there. The U.S. Postal General is not going to allow the postal carrier to come back into that apartment complex until, the roaches are gone. But the other thing is this. Here's what gets me with tenants. You can't really be upset if the postal carrier don't want to come in that building because I used to be a postal carrier back in the day.
Okay.
My route was St. Clair. I had the 44108 area. I was at Station H right there on 105 in St. Clair.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
that's where I worked out of. And we have to carry those big old bags. And the worst thing that could ever happen is that one of them cockroaches jump into the bag and then, you inadvertently, mistakenly bring that bag home and you set it on the floor and that cockroach gets out or that cockroach is pregnant. You wake up the next morning or you doing a podcast and you see a little cockroach saying, "Hey, I want to be on a podcast too." Nah, you don't want that. So
No, you don't.
I do understand the fear of the mail carrier. I mean, I don't know. Is it fair? Is it not fair? Who's really responsible? Brown or Cleveland?
Ultimately, the property owner is responsible because, again, when it's to that degree, you definitely need to have someone to come in and abate that. Like, it's crazy. Um, and so what do you do? What do you do about that? And I definitely feel like, at that point, to the degree that they were running around, that's a health hazard. Like, and to your point, I'm not taking that home with me. I'm not taking it home with me. Sorry, you're gonna have to come to the post office to get your mail, Mr. and Mrs. Tennant. Like, I just can't do it.
But the thing is this. I also heard the argument, well, you have people who live in the building who are not clean and they don't care about the cockroaches. So if you exterminate one apartment building, I'm
Hmm.
sorry, one apartment complex, I'm sorry, one apartment, and
Hmm.
then this person over here doesn't believe in cleanliness, and you may go in there and exterminate theirs, but they don't change their behavior. You're still gonna have the cockroaches. So I think that the post office is setting a very scary precedent because now you may have postal workers who don't want to do their jobs and say, I saw a cockroach at the door greeting me when I entered.
Hmm.
I'm being serious. So the point I'm making is this, or the question is, when is enough enough? Do we say an infestation because you saw two cockroaches? Or maybe saw 100? Or is it just the one with the whiskers that come and look at you? I, I don't know, Brown on Cleveland. I'm asking. Hey, listen, people, listen. This is tax time.
Oh yeah.
People got their W-2s coming, and don't
Hmm.
nobody want their mail to be, taken back
Delayed.
because
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
cockroach. And I never knew that a cockroach had this much power over people.
You know,
Brown on
just
Cleveland.
in
I'm serious.
conversation with people, you'd be surprised at the number of people that you may talk to that will say, I'm more afraid of having cockroaches than I am of having some, I don't know, I guess maybe mice. I don't know. Because with cockroaches, they don't have no shame.
No, they behave.
Exactly.
I'm here.
So yeah, and the fact that you can, like you said, you can pick them up, they can get in your clothes, and you can take them to your house. Like it's I it's that's a real nasty situation.
It really is.
And aside from like you said, to some degree, it's about cleanliness with some people. But aside from actually having people, the tenants, like, go away for a few hours to do like some type of bomb over the entire area, like, I don't even know how you would be able to
Really cockroaches.
get rid of those. Like, I don't know. I
I
don't know.
think that if you live in an apartment building complex,
Mhm.
I think that, and I could be wrong, I'm not an exterminator, but I think it's very difficult to get rid of cockroaches only simply because you may be clean again and this person may be filthy and trifling and nasty. So it's almost
And they
like,
travel too.
right. But it's almost like, you're putting clean clothes on top of dirty clothes. And I don't care. Once you put them clean on dirty, it's going to smell like burnt bacon. And I don't care how much perfume or cologne you may put on, your clothes are still going to smell like, you know, mildew, burnt bacon, bologna. That's what it's going to smell like. So, Brown on Cleveland, I don't know. Akron, Ohio, y'all got cockroaches. And all I can say is this. Now, we got listeners from Akron. Y'all keep them cockroaches way down 77, down Route 8. Don't bring them cockroaches up to Cuyahoga County. Keep them down
So
in Summer.
I have
Brown on
another
Cleveland.
question, just
Yeah.
something that just came to mind. So Spring Hill Apartments, Spring Hill Apartments is synonymous with LeBron James, right? So
Oh,
I wonder how much of that story had to do with, how people just like to throw fillers out there. So
this ain't got nothing to do with
how
LeBron James.
I know it doesn't, but just the fact that as I was reading comments about it, I was like, that's the apartment that LeBron James used to stay in the complex. I'm like, he stayed everywhere, but just
But that's the complex where LeBron James stays. But LeBron James left there and became a superstar. And where he lives
absolutely,
now, all his 20 mansions, he don't have cockroaches.
he don't.
And I ain't gonna let you put that on King James.
No, I'm not putting on because
All right.
I'm a King James fan forever,
Well, I
but
ain't no King James fan.
I
I know I'm not
am.
a fan, but I'm just saying, LeBron, LaFlopper,
I'm a fan. I'm a
he
fan.
don't
I'm
have
a fan.
cockroaches. Shake your pom pom, shake your pom pom, shake your pom pom. I like LeBron James, I do, but he don't have cockroaches now. He may have had them in the past,
Absolutely not.
like many, but he doesn't have them. Brown on Cleveland. But that's it. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's all good tonight. All good. So listen, let me tell you what's coming up. I was talking to one of my girlfriends today, and we were talking. I was driving, and she was bitching about something. So she brought up a very valid point, and this is going to be a show, but I gotta do some research. She asked the question, and if somebody has the answer, please inbox me, not in the chat, but inbox me. She says, "Brown." I said, "Yeah." She says, "Why is it that when oh, I don't want to sound like Jen, that lady, but she says, why is it that when black women become mayor of a city, they don't hire black women to be part of their cabinet?" Hmm. I said, "Why do you say that?" She says, "Because I'm looking at several of these cities and I don't see any black women. And if we're lucky, we'll see one black man." And she says, "Now, some of the women that they have, they're clearly not black, they're biracial, but they're not black." I said, "That's very interesting." She says, "Because the issue is they don't mind coming to black women when it's time to vote because then they play that sister girl thing." She said, "But once they get their asses in there, They don't know us. She says, so could that be the reason why we never get our justice, our due, our respect? I don't know. Brown on Cleveland. Forthcoming. I'm going to look at that. And what we're going to do, because I want to make sure I'm very fair, we're going to look at everybody's cabinet, Black women mayors only, and we're going to take a picture of their cabinet. And this is going to be a topic on the Little Hut podcast inside, because I want people to be very much aware of what goes on behind the scenes and in front of the camera. Because if we're only good for a vote, then you're not good enough to be in that seat. Brown on Cleveland ain't taking it back. And I said ain't. So topic coming up. Is that a true statement? Please say it ain't so. Brown, 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 that darn Brown on Cleveland. Listen, we got to get out of here. I have nothing to do tomorrow. Absolutely nothing. May spend a little time with my fella. Y'all get out of my business. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
You're being fast.
Almost 100 years old. Come on, we got to get out of here. I got to go.
All right. This is Sharon. Be true to yourself. Live life unapologetically and on purpose. Until next time, be well.
Y'all tongue sad. This is Sharon. Well, I'm not going to tell you what little Kimmy said about you earlier.
Yeah, look, Kimmy, I got somebody for her.
Amen. It's always a pleasure and a joy. And as I always say, Sharon, somebody out there been talking about me. So, you know, I'm darn sure going to talk about them. Talk about me in private. It's only fair I talk about you in public, right? Right? Absolutely. Tell a lie on me. I got to tell the truth about you. And if you mind my business, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I am going to mind yours too. Woo! Brown, brown, brown. Brown, brown, brown. That darn Brown on Cleveland. Boy, I love this show.
I do too. I do too.
I really do. And I don't care who don't like it.
Hey, that's okay.
Shake your pom-pom. Shake, shake, shake. Kimberly F. Brown, she'll roll up on your hometown. She supports the good, but if you're doing wrong, you better watch yourself. If you're cruel and full of spite, she'll shut you down. One wrong step and it's to the ground. She don't play nice with clowns. Brown, brown, brown on Cleveland. She'll lift you up or tear you down, depending on what you got going on. That darn down brown, brown. She gets the folks in every way. Her light shines bright like midday. She hates the lies, she seeks the truth. She'll